Welcome everybody to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. This is going to be an interesting show tonight because frankly, I don't know who the hell's coming on with me. This is goddamn. Dude. Everyone was canceling today. Just found out my boy JB might be coming on either. I think he was on vacation and I totally forgot about that. So I don't know who I got on with me. I know our guy Crooked Commission, the background producing, is probably going to come on for a little while, so I'm not left alone. Mr. Chicago is going to be joining us in a little bit as soon as he gets all set up. But other than that, hey, it's going to be a quiet show. I mean, there'll probably be some swears. I swear a lot too, even though Foul's not going to be on. But there's not too much again going on right now. At least Bears related. I mean, I don't know. It's OTA still, so nobody really cares. As long as somebody comes out and stays healthy, we're good. We got a couple other things to break down. Somebody just told me this a few seconds ago and made a good point, so I'll bring it up. It's interesting how the Chicago Blackhawks signed all their draft pick before the Bulls did, or before the Bears even did. So that's a little crazy on that front. But we'll get into a little bit of Hawk talk. We'll get into Bulls talk. It ain't going to be anything good or positive Bulls talk because nobody knows what the hell they're doing. We'll get into Sky because shout out Angel Reese broke the all-time rookie double-double record, knocking out the Hall of Famer Candace. I mean, that's a huge achievement on that one. So we'll break that down. We'll break as much as we can down, but prepare for a little bit of a short show. We're not going to be going the full 2 hours. So hit it, Crook.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
We claim to know some shit, but yeah, we really don't know shit. But we have a little fun. And shout out right off the bat. I don't even think JB's coming on today. And podcast mom shout out on that one. Thank you for coming on, Miss Sandra. Always love having you on. Hey, let's we'll get into a few things. Again, I'm by myself as of right now. So Kirk, bring yourself in, man. Just bring yourself in. It's just
hey.
Well, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm happy to be here with you. It's a skeleton crew today, guys. So bear with us.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about. But I guess you could say it's kind of both. There's always something to talk about, but nothing really positive wise to start off talking about. So
definitely not coming from the Bulls. Some optimism.
There's nothing positive to talk about with the Bulls. That's for sure. There's absolutely nothing positive. Bears, I haven't heard any injuries. So, that's a good – I guess there is actually a Bears news right now that I did hear today. Word is that what the fuck is that fat ass guy from the Green Bay Packers, Beluga, whatever the fuck his name is?
Oh, the guard?
Yeah. Supposedly we're the front runners to be landing him right now. Like he doesn't want to go far, so he might be coming. Regardless, he's not a starter. He's a rotation piece, but another Packer person on our roster.
I can't remember the last time we got a Packer guy that actually did any good for us.
That's what I'm thinking right now. I cannot think of one. And please, anybody in the chat, was there a Packer person Not a Bears player that went to the Packers, a Packers person who came here to Chicago that was actually successful. And we'll include that dumb shit fucking offensive coordinator that we had as well. Because obviously he wasn't a damn thing either. And I'm heard he's already getting his ass booed out of Vegas right now too because
Good.
yeah. I mean, everybody knew that he was, blame Justin all you want, but this guy was not good for anybody.
No, Getsy had his own warts for sure. So, and I think they both, Justin and Getsy, masked each other's weaknesses and stuff in a sense. So,
right? Like that actually, yeah, that does fit. Like, it's just like Justin had his weaknesses. Getsy played him to his weaknesses. Like, it wasn't like Justin's got great legs. Let's move him out a little bit more than expected or use him on the play actions a little bit more. He still was one of the least play action offenses all of last season, which was insane when you have a quarterback like Justin. And I don't want to be that person who still goes back with Justin. It's the future now. It's not the past. I wish him the best in Pittsburgh. I do have a bet going on right now that he will be the starting quarterback by week 5 because I still don't think Russell Wilson is anything anymore. He's washed.
Okay. Well,
but other than that, like Caleb, I don't know. I'm not hearing anything. I don't know if that's good news or bad news.
May not hear anything until he gets signed, though. So, that's.
You think about it, though. Last year, OTAs, all we heard was Justin looks great. Justin did this beautiful pass there. Even the year before that, even when we had Mitch Trubisky, Mitch, beautiful at practices. He's a great leader on the field. It's like, I haven't heard a fucking thing about Caleb Williams. Like, that I don't know how to think.
I thought they were still off and for at least another week before the OTAs officially get kicked off. I didn't know if they actually started
practice type ordeal, so it's not even like okay. It's just that, and regardless, even during that time, we always still heard about the Bears this, the Bears that, I'm not hearing anything Bears, but like how we said, it is ghost days right now, like because both of our baseball teams suck ass.
They're both going to be sellers at the deadline. Whatever little they have to sell.
It will be interesting because I don't know about the Cubs. The Sox will be sellers. I truly do agree. The Sox will be sellers. But I just think too many, and Cubs fans can get their butt hurt when I say this all they want. I really don't care. But you guys still have hope, even though you're in dead last in your division. You still have hope. Cubs fans have hope. And if you don't believe me, go ask EZ. I wish EZ was here right now. EZ tells me that all the time.
We have no fucking bullpen whatsoever. So that's the only thing that's I'm just like if I could understand if we were like a piece or two, like we were good mostly all the way around, but we didn't have like a good closer or we didn't have a good setup.
One person,
and the shit like that. But we have we have decent starters. But after the 5th inning, once we pull our starters, I don't even feel comfortable with the 10-run lead.
Last time
I worried about that shit. Having to go.
The Cubs were still top 10 in starting pitching. All right, to be last place in your division and still be top 10 in starting pitching, that's not good. That's not good. But everybody knows bullpen issues. I don't even know. There's nothing to say about the White Sox. They better be sellers to sell the fucking team. Like, get Reinsdorf out of there. That'd be the biggest seller that what we would want right now because you're seeing what he's doing with the and I keep flipping straight to another sport here, but the Chicago fucking Bulls, you traded DeMar DeRozan, a sign and trade. Basically, you got money back. The
owner loves that.
You got $15 million in salary for DeMar DeRozan. That's great. What are you going to do with that? You going to use it for the White Sox? You might as well just use it for the fucking White Sox because that's all you do.
If the owner can
all
put
the
it in
money
his
you
pocket,
make for the Bulls, you good for the
He'll
White
do
Sox.
that.
Like it's such an embarrassment. Like
no, it is, and I'm hearing news as far as like the Bulls are trying to package those 2 second-round draft picks that they got in the DeRozan trade along with Zach to try and move him along as well.
2 second-rounders and Zach to get him out. I think they're stuck with Zach. I truly feel they're going to be
an anchor on them.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at that, but the fact that you are stuck with Zach, and I mean, again, we're going to go back to the people who don't like Zach LaVine. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, I don't think he's a bad person. He is not a bad basketball player. He makes a lot of money. They gave him a lot of money. But when it's all said and done, he's going to come into this team and he's going to average 30 points a game next year. I mean, it's going to happen because you are absolutely going to have nothing else.
Yeah, and he's ball dominant.
You let that play out because there will be a team who needs offensive scoring to help get them over the hump, who's going to try to get him during the trade deadline next year. That's my opinion. You keep until the trade deadline and you try to move him then.
What they should have done with Caruso this past season.
Yes, and I do agree with that. I mean, even like breaking down the Alex Caruso trade, like I didn't understand it at first. I really didn't, because you traded pretty much hope for at least an elite defender. I felt like you could have got more for Caruso in that opinion, but Giddey is 21 years old. Like, I mean, that can't be ignored. He is a great passing type, shooting type guy, good offensive game. Needs obviously help on the defensive end, but when it's all said and done, in my opinion, and I know JB and Foul, everybody all disagreed with me this, but ESPN just put out a thing of what the projected Bulls starting lineup is going to be, and they have Giddey at your starting point guard. Like that's what I said too. And Kobe White's going to be your starting 2. Zach LaVine will be your starting 3, and fuck my life, Patrick Williams is going to be your starting 4 when he is not a 4. And Vooch is going to be gone too. And that new guy that we picked up that everyone says is pretty good with Jalen Smith. Like, yeah, I mean, we'll see how he is, but nobody really knows on that front.
And that's the other thing with Willis too. That's so frustrating is I was listening to Lawrence Mahomes interviewing somebody, and they were talking about how P. Willis isn't really even fully healthy, and they still just gave him that huge ass contract. It's like how does that make sense to you guys in the front office to give him that big of a contract? And it's not like you guys were competing with a shit ton of other teams that were knocking down Willis's door or Williams' door to like offer him a shit ton of money. Like, so it's just.
I mean, maybe nobody. I mean, we held on to Patrick Williams too long, in my opinion. I wanted him traded 2 years ago because and it wasn't even that I thought he was a bad basketball player or anything like that. I just thought the Bulls organization was not using him right. He is not a 4. Like it's just said and done. He is not a 4. And if that's where I was said, it was like, and I love DeMar DeRozan, but you trade DeMar DeRozan while he is hot so you can get the most back for him. And then you give Patrick Williams his shot at the starting 3. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You move on when his contract's up. They didn't even do that, and they still extended him and gave him a long-term contract. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, it is. It's a little shocking just how hard-headed they are being about insisting that he's a 4 and playing in that particular position. It's like a square peg in a round hole.
Exactly.
So it's the only person I'm excited about on that roster is Kobe White, really.
It's the only one that you pretty much have future hope for.
Right.
I mean, you can say possibly Giddey now, too. It'll be interesting because Giddey played well for OKC until Chet came in. When they got Chet Holmgren and Holmgren was healthy, Holmgren needed the ball, and it took Giddey's talent away from him. So he wasn't the same person when Chet. And that's not a knock on Chet or anything. You're asking me if I'd rather have Chet or Giddey. Anyone who's going to say Giddey is going to get slapped in the freaking face because there is no way that I am saying that. But bringing Giddey in here is a chance to see what he can actually be now.
Yeah, you know what I noticed too about like the Bulls roster and how it's kind of turned into is there's a lot of guys that are like have that same type of body structure as Giddey that they're bringing in because they got him, they drafted the new guy out of the G League, which blew my mind. I didn't know that was a thing where you're drafting players out of a G League.
I think that literally, and I mean, chat, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I could be wrong, but I think that really only became a big thing maybe 3 years ago. Like, usually you didn't ever see that. G League was just,
guys that you drafted in the second round.
Yeah. It's like a AAA baseball team. If you think they're ready, bring them up. They're on your roster pretty much, just not at the main roster.
But you got him, and then you got Vooch, kind of the same type of body length, and there seem to be bringing in that type of player that's not much muscle to them, but they're just long. And it looks like like I said, the rookie looks like he's got an outside shot to him, which is good. They'll need that, but there's nobody down low that I'm confident, because I think they even let go of Drummond as well. He signed off, so who's going to get the rebounds? Who's going to play those five?
Philly too, didn't he? I think he went to Philly
so,
too. Yeah, that's going to be a deadly lineup this year. That's for sure. But I mean, I've said that before. I mean, I have, when people have put together these crazy teams and it didn't work out. So
it's a really small roster, but
it is. And I mean, as far as with this rookie or the kid that they just drafted, I mean, watching the draft, it was very, very, especially for being a Bulls fan and seeing how much of a piece of crap run organization that this is, to see somebody so emotional and so happy to be drafted by the Chicago Bulls, because Chicago is his hometown. He grew up a Bulls fan. And I mean, it's nice to see that. And this kid's not going to be ready right from the get-go. At least I don't feel he's going to be ready right from the get-go.
He needs more muscle.
He does. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, he plays strong, though. I mean, that's one thing. He does play hard, but that makes you injury prone when you play hard and you don't have enough muscle in the NBA. So that's always worrying as well. But he's got a good shot. He's got a good post game. He's got that attitude that you really like. Like, he's a trash talker. I'm cool with that. I have nothing wrong with that. We got Angel Reese now in Chicago Sky, who's done nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna say done nothing, but she's known really for that trash talk. I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, I like this kid's drive and his personality and how he approaches the game. So I'm not mad at this pick, especially now, since you can clearly tell this organization is going through a full rebuild.
I think he's got that dog in him. And at least a hell of a lot more than Bronny James does, or shown so far. So
I want to get this out of the way now that you had to bring up a James.
I had to tee that up for you.
No, I wasn't even talking about that yet. I'm still waiting on that one. But ESPN came out. Actually, it wasn't ESPN. Some freaking clown ass wannabe sports person came out and said LeBron James is the best player on Team USA right now. That same exact person said Bronny James is going to be the best person coming out of this draft. Can you guys just shut the fuck up? I mean, come on, man. LeBron James is not the best player on Team USA right now. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, he is not even a top 5 best player on Team USA right now.
Right.
All right.
No, and I thought you said for LA at first, but Team USA, that's
Team USA. LA, I still would take Anthony Davis because of his age over him, but you're just always worried about the injury prone. But the fact that you put a 40-year-old person on a stacked Team USA roster and say he is the best player on the team, how is that not a disrespect to the rest of the team? Because right now, at his age, I'm taking Steph Curry over LeBron James. What's Steph, 35?
Around there,
35, 36 or something like that. I'm taking Steph. Anthony Edwards is on that team right now. I'm taking Edwards over LeBron James.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm taking a healthy Kevin Durant over LeBron James right now. And that's not a knock on LeBron James. It's just like LeBron James is 40 years old, people. You can't expect him to be the same guy that he's been, that crybaby little bitch, his entire NBA career on Team USA right now as well. Like, I'm sure he's going to get his calls and everything like that, but just stop with all the Bron-gina talks. Like, I mean, seriously, all these people I never talk bad about LeBron James until somebody starts coming up to me and talking hype about LeBron James. Then I come at him. So,
well, do you ever think that people look at us Jordan fans is the same way that people look at Bron fans? How we glorify him and kind of see him as the not actual GOAT and stuff like that. So I wonder if it annoys them just as much as it annoys. It can get underneath our skin here.
The thing is, when it comes down to LeBron James right now, I'm not dissing his great. There's my guy. I was hoping, JB. I totally forgot you weren't coming on tonight, man. Totally forgot.
He's about himself, as always.
This is. I'm happy JB's on because that actually is going to cue my video because I know JB would want to watch it too because I think I sent it to him as well. But everybody asked my opinion truly on what I think of LeBron James. All right, this is what I'm going to say. Here we go.
I'm not wasting any time and getting right into this LeBron James topic, not giving a flying fuck if your feelings get hurt, because it's like Hamburger Eddie said, it's the truth with some cheese on it. Do you want to know why LeBron gets so much hate and why people know why he isn't the greatest of all time? It's because if you're the greatest, you sure as hell don't proclaim yourself as the greatest of all time. You let others decide that. It's like someone who claims they're an alpha and everyone and their mama knows they're just a beta in the alpha's shadow. And just look at what we are all witnessing right now. I mean, come on. Who does shit like this? Like really, this guy has completely ruined the NBA despite of all the great records he has set. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy is great. No doubt. But definitely isn't the greatest of all time. And hearing him say we're not a flopping team, it's actually never been in any team that I've played on in my 20 years. I mean, what a fucking joke this guy is. How can you honestly say something like that?
That is the short version of how I feel about LeBron James.
You said it with your chest.
The guy said it perfectly. I'm not dissing his greatness and what he has done in the league for basketball. I am not. But why does everybody just look at the great things that he's done and not the shitty things that he has done? Right. Like flopping. Right. Like taking competition away from the NBA by building these super teams. But yet these same LeBron fans are still saying that, oh, we can't get LeBron help anymore. LeBron is doing so much. Like, nobody wants to play for LeBron James right now, people. Nobody does.
Too much.
Nobody should want to, because the problem is, if you win, it's because of LeBron James. If you lose, it's your fault. That is how it is. And I'm not blaming that on LeBron James. I'm blaming that on all the LeBron Ginas out there and all these freaking supercasters who are just taking all this stuff to a whole new level. Like LeBron James has pretty much, oh my God, damn, Jeremy I literally was just about to say that until Jeremy just put that on the chat. He has almost ruined almost 3 franchises because Cleveland Cavaliers, a lot of people hate him out there now. Miami
That's
Heat.
His hometown.
Yeah, that's his hometown. Miami Heat. Like, you have Pat Riley talking about giving him a statue. He ain't getting no fucking statue.
No,
kissing a little ass on that one.
Dwayne Wade deserves a statue before James.
Dwayne Wade will get a statue. LeBron James ain't getting a statue in Miami. The problem is LeBron James might get a statue in Cleveland because it's his hometown and he brought them their first ever championship. He might get it. But other than that, why would anybody else give this guy a statue? He's never really had a long successful tenure on any team he's been on.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, I don't get that either. It's like I said, the hometown one is the only place that really makes sense. He really hasn't put in enough time anywhere else to really justify that. I get he won a championship kind of in LA there, but they have so many greats there that there's no way that one championship's going to overlap and leap everybody.
I still remember that video out there. I can't remember his name. He got fired. He was like a sportscaster with like all I can't remember his name. But he used to play for the Clippers back in the day too. But he literally came out and said, he was like, LeBron James should be on the Mount Rushmore of Lakers. And I'm like, and Shaquille O'Neal, the best part, was on that set as well. And Shaq's just like, wait, what? Like, after getting one championship, you're going to put him on the Lakers Mount Rushmore? And like somebody else came out and said, he was just like, this guy right next to me right here, the most dominant big man since Wilt Chamberlain, three-peated with the Lakers. He's sitting here right now telling you that he's not on the Lakers Mount Rushmore. But you're going to put LeBron James after one championship on the Lakers Mount Rushmore. Like it makes no sense.
No. I mean, that's somebody who's definitely a very unreasonable, unrational person here. So, but real quick before we bring Mr. Chicago on, it looks like he's getting on. You know what? I just can't help but think now that Bronny's on the Lakers is once him and his dad get on the floor at the same time and playing, I'm going to be thinking it's like, wow, we're actually seeing Space Jam Part 3, the live movie.
They're probably filming it secretly in the background.
Right. Yeah.
It'll
probably.
be a
I wouldn't be surprised. So, I mean, and that'll be a first, though. I mean, we're actually going to be seeing a live movie here with them, their Space Jam 3. So
that's actually a very good question. I'm going to bring Mr. Chicago in first because I want him to actually answer this question as well. What up, sir?
Mr. Chicago, welcome.
How y'all doing, man?
Good. How about yourself, man?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain.
So we're in the midst of breaking down this shitty ass Chicago Bulls organization.
Oh, oof. This is why I just wore my Chicago hat and not my Chicago Bulls.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Like the question that I have, like, who would you say is in a worse position for the future right now, the Chicago Bulls or the LA Lakers?
Oof.
That's tough? I just kind of thought of that. I was like, that is tough.
That is a tough one, but because I'm going to have to be biased because I don't give a damn about what the hell the Lakers condition is because I ain't a damn Lakers fan. So the Bulls are right now looking to be the worst damn franchise in basketball without question. And I say that because when you think about all the other bad teams that's in the NBA, at least they had the damn audacity to fire the damn GMs and coaches that were doing a shitty job, right? Us, on the other hand,
but the Lakers it was mainly
we want to keep Billy Donovan around. For, I don't know what the fuck reason there it is. And then Artemis, who I don't even know what the hell to even say. When I saw the undaunting and alarming statistic about this franchise in the past 25 fucking years, we are 921 and 1,368 or some shit like that. Like we have only won 5 playoff series in 25 years.
And you think about that, Derrick Rose during that one run had 3 of those.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose in that one season, 3 out of the 5.
That's already the majority of that 5 already taken up by one player who we don't have anymore due to injury and us, playing them too goddamn long and too much and too hard at a time where he shouldn't have even been in the fucking game to have gotten hurt in the first place. But that's going down miserable memory lane there. But when you think about how shitty these coaches have been, think about we were so awful after Jordan's departure, after the dynasty fell apart and dismantled. We had Tim Floyd as our fucking coach. Oh my God, man.
I know.
It was painful to watch him try.
We went from a Lexus to a Saturn.
College players and the NBA players. And he was straight out of college. What did he college at LSU?
Iowa State.
He was god awful. So we've had such a terrible history of coaches that I don't even want to touch on the players. The coaches have been terrible. So and the GM too.
Yeah, since Thibs. Thibs was really the only coach where you can say
Thibs
anything.
Was the only one that we can kind of hang our hats on and say he was tough. He was hard nosed. He made sure he was very adamant about defense, and
he was fired for that reason too. He was pretty much fired for that reason.
But that same reason why he was fired is the reason why he's doing so damn well with New York. So it's like, did we really fire him, or did we actually just release him of the stress that he would have been under being here?
It was released. He's able to do what the fuck he does best. Yeah.
I was just about to say that, Jeremy. What about Scott Skiles?
Scott Skiles was average. I mean, you could give him his average.
He had 2 seasons with us, right?
He was okay. Wasn't that before? Was that before?
That was Heinrich and Ben Gordon, I believe. Yeah. But that team is fun to watch.
He was before Vinny Del Negro, wasn't he? Or he was after Vinny?
Ooh.
I think it was before.
Was he after Vinny?
I thought it was before. I thought Vinny took him.
Yeah, I think it was
the way around.
Could be the other way around.
It might have been the other way around because I remember Vinny. Actually, it was the other way around because I think Vinny took over after Tim Floyd.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I'm almost positive he took over after.
And we had Tyrus Thomas and
we can't say Tyrus Thomas's name without bringing up the reason we gave up on LaMarcus Aldridge for Tyrus Thomas. Let's not forget that. That was not.
I was
trying not to bring that up, Frank, but thank you for painting my misery picture here.
Yes, this is the down days. We got to bring that shit.
You can't make this shit up. So the fact, this is more alarming at the fact that we are the number one team in attendance. Hey, Chicago people that's still up there that I know and the ones I don't know, listen to me and listen to me very fucking carefully. Stop going to these games. Jerry Reinsdorf, old ass, don't care nothing about nothing else. He don't care about rebuilding a contending team. He don't care about building a consistently competitive team. He only care about what's going in his goddamn pockets. And y'all are giving him money day in and day out, supporting this bastard with this shitty product that he's putting out there. Stop it right now. He don't deserve our support to this capacity. Them pockets need to be hurting in order for him to make some goddamn moves, croak, or even fucking sell a damn team. Something has to give. Jerry has to go or get the hell out the way or kick the bucket. Well, something gonna have to happen, man.
He's gonna ride those 6 championships. Shit. He's gonna ride those 6 championships the Bulls won to the goddamn grave.
Honestly, he's not even going to do that, though. He is still saying that 2005 Chicago White Sox team one World Series win was better than the 6 that he won with the Bulls. Huh? He cares more about baseball than he does basketball. He said that straight up. He's like, I will literally trade anything for winning another World Series over what the Bulls did.
But think about this, Frank. What makes it even worse for the Bulls, though, is that we're number 3 all time. I think we're tied for number 3 now all time. For championships, and you had the Celtics 18, Lakers 17, in a big ass gap 6, and we're tied with the Spurs or Golden State Warriors, one of them. But 6 is a big ass difference from 17. At this point, we should at least we should already be at 10 by now. In that 25-year span, we should at least won 2 or 3, maybe 4, with building the right team, having the right coach and GM. We sat here and we let Paxson just sit up here. He milked the fucking cow. Like the whole idea of him scoring 24, 25 points when he was a player in that first championship with the Bulls, when he was a player for us, that goddamn game-winning shot he hit in game 4 or game 5 against the Suns. We let him milk that damn cow and stick around this franchise so long that he was able to be in the goddamn front office making piss poor decisions and not have any accountability associated with him whatsoever. That's bullshit, man. And he should have been fired a long time ago. Foreman, I don't even know why the fuck he was here that long. Foreman should have been gone.
Yeah. He lit it up. Yeah, it was Scott Styles before Vinny. Vinny was before Thibs. That's what I thought it was too.
Okay, that's right.
That's even worse. Scott Skiles was at least an average. A little bit of above average.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Del Negro
the team played hard for him. I will give you that. Yeah. Team played hard for him. But then you brought in Vinny Del Negro, who just shit.
Yeah, I was like, what is he gonna do? Okay, whatever. I didn't see anything. I think Vinny was our team the first coaching job he got.
Yes,
he came from Milwaukee.
He was an assistant. He was an assistant somewhere, I believe. He was. Yeah, I thought he was an assistant for the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken. I thought, but I could be wrong.
I know he was with Milwaukee for a number of years too. But yeah, when you think about that, how that trickled down, and then how we get to Billy Donovan, who he's actually a better fucking college coach.
His system is a college coach.
I'd rather have Mark Jackson.
Yeah, he did okay with OKC, but that's exactly what the fuck it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they won 2 playoff series 1 year for him. But in order for his system to be okay, you need a Steven Adams caliber big. but we still brought in Vooch. We Drummond could have been a Steven Adams style big.
Drummond was better than Steven Adams.
We played him like 10 minutes a game.
Drummond was better than Steven Adams. Drummond was on the
I'm
cusp of being a Hall of Fame player when he was with Detroit, averaging 20 a game damn near. And you gonna sit up and tell me Vooch, lazy leg ass who can't jump off the goddamn curb, we gonna sit up here and try to make him be a rim protector, make him be a solid rebounder like that. When that ain't his game. That ain't what the fuck he known for. He shoot too many damn threes for me any damn way. And then we overpaid for him. We overpaid for him, and it was too late to give him all that money. We ain't pay him early, we paid him late, and we paid him too much. So now we can't get rid of his ass after we get rid of every damn body else. It's like
you talking about Vooch right now, or are you talking about Zach? You talking about Zach or Vooch?
Vooch.
I think we're gonna get rid of Vooch. I think they're wait. I mean, somebody will take Vooch because the thing is with Vooch, like, and I'm not dissing Vooch because I like his game, but he is not a Billy Donovan center. Like, it's not what Billy Donovan needs.
He's not a dominant guy.
There is no reason whatsoever, and I've said this on the show numerous times before, and I'm saying it again. We're to the point where I am not comparing the two. Yeah. But there is no reason why your offense should not be run the way Jokic runs the offense in Denver when you have Vooch. That's how you should be running your offense.
I agree with that. It's a similar style. Vooch will pass the ball. Yeah. He got a few assists here and there, but it's like, I don't know if
he's got great footwork too, but yet you keep bringing him up on these high pick and rolls, leaving him at the 3-point line all the freaking time.
That's what I don't like. See, Frank, you're bringing up my point. That's what I don't like about Vooch's game. He shoots too many goddamn threes for me. I don't like that.
I mean, in Billy Donovan's
going to be 6'10", 6'11", and you don't average a goddamn at least 13 fucking rebounds a game. There's no way.
But in Billy Donovan's system with those high pick and rolls, they cut your big out to the top of the key. When you don't have a legitimate power forward, that is what he is stuck doing, because Vooch is doing what we would want a power forward to do right now. A true power forward.
And guess who that power forward is, who we just paid this fucking money to?
Patrick fucking Williams, with the guy with the bald spot.
Come on, man. Like, he was never supposed to even be drafted by us in the first fucking place. He didn't do any damn thing special in college.
This is AK trying to save his own ass by his first ever draft pick.
Oh my God, man. See, when you got people, you got the wrong people in the right positions. That's the fucking problem with this damn team. And then you keep them long enough to where they can do so much more damage that it's worse than what was done the previous couple years. Instead of cutting the cord with these bastards and going to look for somebody else elsewhere, Jerry Ronzo don't want to fucking pay anybody to come over here and actually revamp this thing, rebuild this thing the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. He was comfortable with the bare minimum of fucking barely making the goddamn playoffs or making this play in, play out, play all around about stupid shit. I fucking hate that. Oh, I hate the way
because he's like it works. Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything like that.
Make the damn playoffs. You shouldn't be given a third goddamn chance to make it.
It's a participation fucking medal. That's all it is, man. And all it is a money grabber. Like, I mean, it's another way for the NBA to make money. So I understand why they did it. But as a fan, it's fucking stupid.
But that's what I'm saying. He doesn't even have to do any of that shit just because of the Bulls' past championships. That's why he feels like he doesn't have to do shit like that and do the bare minimum because he's still getting the fans. The fans are still coming in. Fans are still buying the merch.
We're not putting enough pressure on him to do some shit better because now the fans, we redirected our fandom to the goddamn Bears and we put enough goddamn pressure on the front office there. But the Bulls shit ain't much further away from those fucking dynasty years of being dominant and shit. I know it's been longer for the Bears than it has been for the Bulls, but them glory years, they were in the 1900s, okay? Yeah. We ain't fucking been shit, or we've been shit once or twice in that 25-year span of time. That is fucking sad for a city that has every major sports team with championships with an S. Not just one, except for the Bears for the most part. But the fact that we had the greatest one ever, then we have the greatest basketball team or greatest dynasty ever, and we had the greatest run in the playoffs with the White Sox, and one of the greatest runs in the playoffs with the Cubs too. And then we had the greatest dynasty in the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks had the greatest
Blackhawks dynasty 3 and 6 years. Yeah.
3 and 6 years, man. 2 back-to-back, and then skip one, and then went to another one. So it's like we are known for winning championships in this fucking city. So for us to even see a shitty product like that, and then we're not batting enough eyes about the shit, that's a problem for me. Yeah. I'm not buying no more goddamn Bulls paraphernalia, no more Bulls hats, no more bullshit until they fix the bullshit. That's it.
Hashtag fix the bullshit.
Bullshit. No, I mean, that's said perfectly. And then one thing that's interesting to think about, like we always complain about the Bears organization, how the McCaskies have way too much power over the past years. We feel like it's better now, though. But the McCaskies had too much power and everything, telling everybody what to do. They hired puppets. Sometimes I think Reinsdorf is just sitting on his fat ass up with no shoes on a picnic table, just chilling and just bringing in shitty people to run the organization, like a fucking John Paxson and Gar Forman, and now a fucking AK and whoever his little, puppet is that he has behind the scenes, who claims he's the general manager, but he does nothing. Like,
I don't see him generally managing the goddamn thing, though.
I've never seen him actually. I've never even seen him talk. I don't think I've ever even seen him on fucking.
I've yet to see him do a press conference.
Yeah,
either he was there and he was just sitting there, or they didn't put the goddamn camera on him, or he's never been there at all. Either way, it's been bad. The fact that you're not even getting in the front of this shit to actually speak about what your plans are lets me know you have no fucking plans for this fucking team.
It's winging it.
This damn roster now. I'm like, you think this kid? Listen, I have no ways of watching these international fucking players coming into the league being drafted by these teams. So with that said, I don't know what's going to happen with this kid that we just drafted.
He wasn't from overseas. He wasn't from overseas. He came from the G League. He's from Chicago. He's from Illinois.
He's from Illinois?
I think he moved here when he was like 7-8 years old.
Right. He's like France.
He was born from
France, but okay. I know.
But he's been here a long time. And we talked about him a little bit earlier on the show as well before you got on. Like, I'm not mad at that pick. The only thing I'm frustrated about is it is another 6'9" guy, 6'8", 6'9" guy that you don't know if he's a small forward or a power forward. You just don't fucking know. But it is nice to see somebody with this shitty of a freaking organization
that wants to be
so emotional when he was drafted by his hometown Chicago Bulls because he wants to play for him. He'd love to be here. That's a good sign.
I'm not discouraging that, and I'm not dismissing that. But when I'm going to simulate a thought with these players coming into the draft. They will fucking be happy with anybody drafting them. Let's be real about that.
Well, you're not wrong.
Because it's the opportunity to get drafted into the NBA that they love so much and they worked hard to get to. Fair enough. I think that dream is admirable. It's very respectable. I commend it. But with that said, when you a $190 and you
he's tiny. We were talking about it. He's tiny.
What the fuck? You better be eating all the goddamn deep dish pieces, all the damn ribs, all the damn Italian beefs and corned beef sandwiches. You need to buff up. You too goddamn small out here to be that damn tall. You have no meat on your bones, man. You're going to get your ass railed and ran over in this league with the quickness.
Exactly what we're saying. Yep.
But the thing is, and I 100% agree with you on that, but
we were saying that
being able to gain weight and gain muscle, I feel like is not that hard in my opinion, especially if you do have the work ethic to want to do that.
That's true.
This kid has great mechanics. Okay. Like, he's a good post player. He's got a good fadeaway shot. He can put the ball on the ground and drive. He can hit the 3-point shot. I don't think he has a big strength at all. He doesn't have an elite strength. But
you're describing a stretch 3 and not a 4. Then that's what you're describing.
Yes. Okay. And he is a solid defender too. He's feisty. He's got an attitude. He'll talk shit. Okay. Like I'm game to have people like that. I would love to have people like that. But the key thing with him is when you're talking about he needs to gain muscle, he 100% needs to gain muscle. But I just think that's easier to do than actually have NFL-style mechanics. The fact that he, in my opinion, I don't think he has a weakness. I mean, that's like a key thing that I like about him is there is not one thing that is weak in his game. Pretty much everything can get better, but nothing is bad other than his size.
I can agree with the sentiment of him developing well. My only pushback to that is who's developing him,
the Bulls are developing,
or who's not developing him, because we let go Laurie Marketing for fucking nothing, and he's fucking balling. He was balling with Cleveland. He was pretty good with Utah. So it's like, we let this go. And this is what the fuck the end result is. And I saw somebody comment this about us complaining about
Wendell Carter Jr. is doing very well too.
Current Bulls players, if they leave and go prosper somewhere else, Pat Williams ain't gonna be one of them. I can guarantee fucking to you that much. Pat Williams is gonna be who the fuck he's been. He's gonna be
5-5. Triple single. What did they Shaq always come like? Guy average single.
9 points, 7 rebounds.
9 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists a game. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking spectacular for $84 fucking million. Like, think about what you're getting versus what you're giving. These players are getting hundreds of millions of fucking dollars, like it's $10. Like it's $40, and to produce absolutely fucking nothing. I can't get with this new way of demanding money, but then providing less production. When y'all give you money, that means you got to fucking produce. You ain't producing, then now you ain't even worth the money I gave you. So I'm just like, what are we doing here? We're putting the goddamn cart before the horse way too many goddamn times with prematurely paying players who we think, well, I mean, if they don't test the market, they might go elsewhere and play better. So your response to that is to overpay them just so they don't leave and then they don't do shit with us. And then now you stuck with them because now ain't nobody else going to take on that goddamn contract. Because that's exactly what's happening with Levine. That's what's happening with fucking Boots too. No one is taking on these contracts now. And I'm like, no, that's way the juice ain't worth the damn squeeze, is what people are saying now. Because the fact that we got to throw extra picks in to get rid of Levine, and we still ain't got rid of him yet.
I said this earlier, and I want your opinion on this as well. I'm not trading Zach LaVine. If you're asking me to give a draft pick to trade somebody,
and I'm not willing to do that is, Frank. Think about what you're saying. But the fact that I'm giving you a player and a pick.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
No. You're giving me picks for him. I'm not giving you.
Let me ask you this, though, because where I was going with this was you're going to put him on the Bulls roster next year. And he's probably going to, I mean, ESPN has him at your starting 3. We'll get to that in a second because what ESPN put up, I don't know what the fuck. But he's going to be averaging 30 points a game for you because you have nothing else. So you're telling me going into the trade deadline next year, somebody's not going to take possibly him, even if it's for nothing. I really don't care if it's for nothing. I'm just not giving you a fucking draft pick to take a possible 30-point scorer off my hands. Somebody who needs offense is going to want him.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, it won't be a damn team that plays really well on defense because you know Zach be casual with the defense shit because he put so much effort in his offense that he barely have any fucking energy to play defense most times. But the thing is, though, I feel like, you know what, this front office needs to suffer and they need to get rid of him for nothing. Like in most cases, I would be like, no, we ain't giving up nothing until we get something for him. But now it's like, no, you motherfuckers need to give him up for nothing so y'all can hurry up and fucking get fired.
You didn't pay this guy $40 million a year.
Fired, man. I need pink slips out here. I need them to fucking be like emailed to your ass as well as mailed to your goddamn house with your fucking condo. Because the piss poor effort or lack thereof that this fucking front office and this coaching staff has been doing with this team, but we barely doing shit or we ain't making the playoffs at all. I'm just like, no, man, I'm done with this. People got to get fired, man.
I want to correct Sam. Like, you say Lakers are a good fit for Zach. Why would you think LeBron James would be a good fit for Zach, though?
It should have fuck wouldn't, because Zach wouldn't be getting that
Zach
shot.
wants the ball. He needs the ball. He wants to control the ball. LeBron's not going to give him the fucking ball.
Now,
It's not
I'm
going to
glad
be
you brought that point up too, because even to that point, I remember after the season was over, somebody, a friend of mine, had posted an image of all the previous Laker players that were on the team with LeBron when he first got there, and he got rid of all their ass. Josh Hart has played way fucking better with the
Alex
Knicks.
Caruso, Kuzma.
Caruso was damn good with us defensively. He was somewhat of a liability on offense, but goddamn it, he played hard on that fucking ball in the backcourt. But then you thought about who else? Randall, who
Lonzo
for the
Ball
most part
before
was
his
doing pretty
injury.
well for the Knicks up until this year.
Yeah, you got
when,
Lonzo until
Jalen
his
Brunson
injury
doing
was
by
a good
himself.
point guard.
Lonzo was a good defensive player.
Yeah.
He was good defensively. He was good with dispersing the
He
ball.
got better when he went to New Orleans. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then Ingram played a hell of a lot better. But Ingram's problem is he thinks he's better than what he is, and which is why it wasn't going to work much more than what it was working with him and Zion. So it's like, okay, Zion is a ball dominant person too, and I seen a lot of games where Ingram will be jacking up shots, knowing damn well Zion's right there. He ain't even fucking bother to pass the fucking ball down. So it's like, no, this ain't gonna work very long. But all these players, the team that they were on, those teams were utilizing their skill sets the best to their best ability versus being with the fucking Lakers where you were being conditioned to doing only what the fuck LeBron was allowing you to fucking do.
Absolutely.
Like LeBron was bringing the best out of them. He was like, all right, stand over there. And I'm gonna draw the damn defense in and kick it out to you. When that ain't really your game, you just stand still and fucking shoot a goddamn three. When you know you can penetrate the ball, some of these players can actually create their own shots. And they have been doing so with the respective teams they've been playing for since they left the Lakers. Because all of them, in their own right, have played better when they had been away from the Lakers. Now you want some of these players to come back. Now you're talking about Kuzma. Kuzma was an outlier. He ain't played too goddamn well when he got to Washington.
He had a good couple of years, but then he started struggling.
He too fixated on dressing weird. He a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
But, I mean, everybody else, though, tell me I'm lying, Crook. Come on now. You see how fucking weird this goddamn boy dressed. But everybody else,
no,
though.
You seem to be sitting right now. You ain't lying.
Yeah, so it's like Josh Hart has played. He contributed a great deal with that Knicks team, being able to have them make a run in the playoffs the way they did. He had a lot to say about that, had a lot to do with that. But then when you think about all the other players, like with Zach, we already know how ball dominant Zach is. So Zach going over there, Zach may average 18 points a game, maybe 19. And some games he may have a 25, 30-point game. It won't. And
there are gonna be some games where LeBron James is chewing his ass out in the post game show because he's not giving up the ball.
Now, and even to the point about bringing up the Lakers in this situation, so they're about to get all the fucking wrong attention. All the attention that they don't want, they're about to get now.
Absolutely.
Because now this is about to be a complete shit show for the wrong reason, for a very different reason than the Bulls being a shit show. The Bulls being a shit show because we just fucking awful. Everybody across the goddamn board on this franchise is terrible. From the top on down. The Lakers, on the other hand, this is about popularity. It's about ticket sales. It's about asses in seats, celebrities in the goddamn stands. They're not winning any goddamn thing with this roster they have.
No.
Because they have an old seasoned fucking veteran in LeBron James.
100%
now
right.
Got his son there. AD, this is the most games he's played. What was it, 64? 66?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we got to sit up here and give him a trophy for playing the most
more
games
than half the games. Giving him a
career,
trophy for playing more than half the games.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
now
we're giving out consolation prizes for y'all ass playing the very fucking games y'all supposed to be playing.
It's like the play-in tournament.
It's the play-in tournament. It's the in-season shit, like the out-season, around season, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. It's stupid. All of this shit is dumb to me.
Yeah.
But the fact that we sit up here giving you credit and kudos for doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing this entire time you've been in the league, like, I'm not doing that. So, and then with JJ Redick being a fucking yes man, you're going to see LeBron drawing up the plays. JJ is just going to be standing there looking at goddamn stupid and be like, yeah, do that. Do what he just said. Yeah. Right there. Yeah, he just said that. Yeah. So what the fuck is you doing there?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Wearing the coach shirt. He's just wearing the shirt that says coach. That's
all it is. And that's where I'm going when I'm always constantly saying where JJ Redick's hiring was just a scapegoat. Like that's how I feel. He's another scapegoat for LeBron James, where if the Lakers do win, They ain't winning a championship, so I'm not even fucking going.
No, the fuck they
like
will not.
If the Lakers do win, make a nice playoff push or something like that, it'll be because of LeBron James. But if they lose, it's gonna be because of JJ Redick. It is never.
And that's the problem.
Princess
There's nobody
James
out here that LeBron respects as a coach well enough to even listen to him. Even
which
in
is
his
why nobody
22nd
wanted
year,
to come.
Yeah, and no, listen, and that's the more alarming thing. It wasn't just players that don't want to fucking come to the Lakers. They already said the shit's not coming from a mile away. But the coaches don't want to come there either. So everybody knows, and no one's going to publicly say this because they want to come out and being an asshole to LeBron and and smear his name or whatever. Okay, fair enough. But the writing's on the fucking wall. The fact is, I'm not coming because y'all gonna blame me for this shit if I get over there and we look bad. So I'm now again, my one of my favorite phrases to use is the juice ain't worth the damn squeeze. It's not. Because you see this shit coming from a mile away of what's about to happen with this team. This team ain't winning nothing. They're not going to make a run for the playoffs. None of that shit. I already bet 2-3 damn people already this shit. And I'll double that damn bet. Because that's how confident I feel in this shit. Because there's too many unanswered questions. It's too many just moving parts. It's too much new shit, too. Too much of the wrong new shit. Because, I mean, obviously, JJ was able to get some coaches to be on his staff, which lets me know they're gonna be doing most of the work.
Rondo? Wasn't Rondo?
Yeah, Rondo. Listen, Rondo's basketball IQ is
great.
Fucking impeccable.
Doesn't mean he's gonna be a good coach though.
Yeah, it don't translate to that because Rondo has a fucking temper. So he'll be the first assistant coach getting thrown out of games and shit. Like, remember, he was getting thrown out of the game when he was in a Lakers uniform. Yeah, so what the fuck make you think? So now you're going to bring him back as a coach now. So now y'all demoting and promoting. This is what the fuck y'all doing out here. GD Bus only cares about the money and the asses in the seats and the celebrities coming to her, asking for tickets in front row and seeing LeBron play. And granted, the Lakers they've been on record doing this consistently when it comes to making sure their star players are taken care of. Kareem got paid towards the end of his career. Magic got paid towards the end of his career. Kobe got paid. So it's only right that they do this shit for LeBron too. Because LeBron ain't finna play both these years. After this year, this is going to be over. So he just wanted just 1 year under his belt saying, I played with my son. It's a 2-year deal.
So I'd see him being
$104 million.
I mean, maybe 182 games in 2 years because he'll probably only play half the games because he's another soft little bitch in the NBA.
Exactly. So one season and that's it.
I wanted to flip a little bit basketball related before we head out. I wanted to talk a little Chicago Sky here because I want to give kudos. Angel Reese just broke Candace Parker's rookie record, 13 straight double-double games. And I know all of us on the show, on our network and everything, always said she really needs to work on her offensive game. I'm not that impressed by a 10-point, 10-rebound type game. Hey, her last 3 games, she's averaged over 24 points. So she has gotten better already on the offensive line.
A Chicago player broke a Chicago player's record.
Yeah.
See
all-time record, not just Chicago's record, all-time record for the WNBA.
Yeah, as a rookie. But I'm saying, but that record was held by a Chicagoan in Candace Parker.
Yeah.
So the fact that a player who plays for Chicago just broke a Chicagoan's record, though. The idea of that shit. So everybody who said she wasn't ready, her game wasn't going to translate, she out here getting buckets and putting a fucking 110% effort every fucking game.
Man. Every game, I would
cannot make this shit up. You can't teach what she's doing out there because she got that dog in her, and she said that she got that heart, man. She out there fucking performing and doing well and got this goddamn team contending for a playoff spot the whole 9. So, like, we got to give her credit for what the fuck she's doing. If she don't fucking win the Rookie of the Year, it's a tall glass of dirty bullshit with some goddamn ice in it, and you have sold the goddamn world too many fucking straws to drink from. Because you know damn well Caitlin Clark, and I'm not knocking her off, but she's been doing well. But you cannot dismiss what the fuck Angel Reese has been doing.
No, and I mean the thing is when you're talking Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, I truly think those are the only 2 as of right now that are Rookie of the Year candidates, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Caitlin Clark, I know early on struggled. She was getting bullied around, thrown around a lot, had a lot of turnovers.
And she's completely
cleaned that shit up very quickly as well.
Yeah.
Just like just like our girl Angel Reese has done with the offensive game. Like she's a lot more comfortable under the bucket and everything like that. She's taking 3-pointers last game and making them. Like,
and Frank, not only that, but you can see the Chicago Sky's their system, their offense is predicated around her being dominant as she's been in the paint. Because when she get the ball in the damn paint, she make a move for it. If she miss, she is going back up to get that goddamn ball and rebound, get her own rebound back and put it back. She get her own putbacks. And so,
like you said it perfectly. The dog, like I mean, she is a straight up pit bull. She freaking pounces in there, like doesn't matter. She'll take hits from people. She'll get up. She doesn't complain. Like I love her game. I loved when we drafted her, and I think she's done better than what I expected. Actually,
absolutely. Listen, I was expecting this because she was doing this shit in college. So and I watched her in college and knew this shit was going to transition over because she has the height and she has the physicality in her advantage when it comes to some players who she had to guard. If you look at some of these damn teams that the damn Sky played, she's been out dominating them because they ain't got enough bigs out there to even fucking fuck with her down there.
Yeah.
So,
especially when you got her and Cardoza down there. Like you
and that's
can't
the thing about Cardoza. When Cardoza gets going, she getting her own putbacks and getting the damn ball down there in the paint too. So their offense is predicated on their inside game more so than their outside game because they're not a great 3-point shoot team.
Yeah, they need to get 3-pointers. They need to get better shooters
but
this offseason.
But they scrap down in their fucking paint though. They get them putbacks. They get them damn offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. And what I do need from Angel and from Cardoza more, I need them to stop putting their fucking hands up and not jumping.
Yes.
Block the damn shot. Stop looking for them to fucking get a foul or offensive foul. Block the damn shot because when we went against, I think it was the Liberty. I forget the old Liberty. She had 7 goddamn blocks against us. And she was tossing that shit too. I'm like, that's what the fuck y'all need to be doing right there. That is my only critique from both Cardoza and Reese. Y'all are 2 twin towers down there. I need everybody's shit to be tossed to the goddamn stands at all times. You can't
make
come up
every team a jump shooting team against them. Every team should be a jump shooting team against them. Nobody should be getting buckets in the paint.
So once Cardoza gets fully acclimated and gets really much more involved with the offense,
he needs to get involved.
He'll be a walking double too.
Yeah, they need to figure out how to include her more in the game because I mean. I think
I would say start her a couple of games and see how that works.
I would love to get her like the Shaquille O'Neal type look. Just get her down there, feed her the ball. She doesn't make them. She should be drawing fouls constantly.
Now, I believe she's taller than Angel too. So it's like
I think she's taller.
She be the one getting the blocks sometimes.
She's 6'7". She's 6'7". Angel's only 6'4".
Yeah,
so she's
good.
Like,
I don't like this. No, I think Cardoza is a little taller than I think she is.
I thought she was 6'7". I could be wrong. Okay. I thought she was.
Now, I'm like, she gets some of the blocks, but I'm like, stop with this. I'm gonna watch you go up, and I'm just gonna put my hands up. No, I'm throwing that shit. Like and again, even at my age, still being competitive, I still play basketball every now and then. I love playing defense. I'm either gonna play the tallest guy or the biggest guy because I'm gonna have an advantage at some point. Either you're taller than me, but you can't out jump me. Yeah. Or you're bigger than me, but you can't out jump me. So it's like one of those advantages. I'm gonna find that weak spot, and I'm gonna fucking play to my damn strengths. So I'm going up with the goddamn. I'm going up there with you. I ain't finna foul you. I ain't gonna hack you. I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm going for that fucking ball though, because I feel like it's disrespectful you trying to go up on me like that. Yeah. So I need that same mindset to click in their minds too. Don't let nobody in this fucking paint. This is yours. You let them know. Hey, no, ain't no come up in here today. Yeah. You have to stay out there and shoot that shit.
They're adjusting. I mean, it's an adjustment period for them as well, coming from college and whatnot. So it's good just to see them that they're growing.
But guys, think about this though. I'm glad you said that quick because think about this. They had no fucking preseason. They had no off-season readiness, preparedness. None of this shit. They went straight from college to draft right into the damn WNBA. No preseason, no nothing, no conditioning, no training. No,
yeah, they have preseason. Cardoza got hurt.
I didn't no game preseason. Well, okay, they do. I think
they do have.
Cardoza got hurt in the first game of preseason. I remember.
Yeah, Cardoza got hurt. So it was like maybe 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 games.
It's right after the draft. It's almost like a week or 2 after the
draft. So there was no off season. There was no off season.
There is no off season, pretty much.
They literally came from college right into the damn WNBA.
Yeah, because they all went straight to the Final Fours, national championship games, and all that.
No days off.
They had
no. So. Okay, 6-7. So I'm like, but that's the thing though. It's like the fact that they had lack of preparation coming into this WNBA season and doing this, imagine how much more they could do when they're prepared.
Next season.
Now they have a year. Once they have a year under their belt, now the offseason for them is going to look different. Now they're going to work on certain aspects of their games where they can improve on and get better at. And now we're going to see a much more improved Cardozo, a much more improved Angel Reese that we can hope. But I do know from their mindset, just looking at them, I can tell they ain't content with where they are. They ain't content with what they're able to do right now. They know it's levels to this shit. They know they're going to get better at this. So
they are the start of something special with the Chicago.
Absolutely.
That's
they will bring us the title.
And Angel's going to grow into a leadership role. She's going to become one of the main leaders on that Sky team.
And having Kenny Carter too. Like Carter a fucking dog too, man. Like I fucking love her.
Yeah.
Like we have a young core team with these girls. So I'm looking at us contending pretty soon for a damn title. Like much as I love,
honestly, one off season, and that's where I was going to say, like, before we even wrap it up with the Sky, I wanted to say one thing. I would be dreading if I was a number one seed that had to play those fucking Cardozo and Reese in the first round of the playoffs.
Absolutely.
You're stupid if you're not dreading that.
Yep.
Because you do not want to play.
There's no answer for that.
Like that is going to be a tough match for anybody. I'm not saying that we'll win that series, but it's not going to be easy.
Hell no, it won't be. And when I got the chance to see the Aces play the Sky, I'm looking at the now and the future. So Angel Wilson, by far, who's the best fucking player in the league, without question. But Angel Reese playing against her, she only going to get better with that competition right there. Absolutely. So it's like she's learning on the job right then and there in real time. So she's going to be a great player in her own right. And the fact that Asia is, they're competing against each other, I would love to see that be the championship round. I would love to see it be the finals. The Aces against the Sky.
Sure.
That would be great, man. I fucking love Asia Wilson. Yeah. I think she cold and she left-handed. I'm left-handed too, so I love that shit even more. But it's hard to guard left-handed, man.
Yeah, you don't
hard to guard left-handers. You don't know which way we gonna go because most of us like going right. But again, man, we got something.
Before we wrap up the show, because I wanted to keep it a little bit of a short episode since we were pretty short staffed today. Yeah. I wanted to say one thing. I wanted to bring up a quick little Hawk talk moment. I know Miss Sandra has been talking about the Hawks. And we said one thing earlier that I found hilarious. Kirk Kamish brought it up to me, and I thought it was hilarious. The Chicago Blackhawks signed all their draft picks before the Chicago Bears did. How fucked up is that? Like, the Blackhawks have officially signed every single one of their draft picks already, and the Bulls still have not. But one thing I want to bring up in the Hawk talk, our number 2 pick overall draft pick this year, he's officially said he's not going back to college and he's officially going to be a Blackhawk next year. I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be another couple years. He was going to play a little bit more in college and everything. But the crazy thing is I didn't know this, and I mean, you guys might not know this with the hockey related. If you draft a young 18-year-old kid, they're usually in what it's called as the U.S. development program. And the development program says that you have to at least play 2 years in college in order to sign that. But
it's similar to the way basketball and the way football is. You obviously have to be able to.
It's more of a safety
experience. Experience.
It's more of a safety thing that keeps you a little bit safe if you do get hurt. Therefore, you still get paid. This kid chose not to do that. When he was coming out as an 18-year-old kid,
he taking a gamble
he chose to play 1 year at Michigan State. He was picked the best defenseman out of all college. He won the national championship with Michigan State as well, and now he officially said, I'm going to be a Blackhawk next year. I could always go back to college. Why don't more people think like that? I don't understand that. Like,
well, I can kind of simplify that answer for you. I can tell you that some players, regardless of sport, some of them don't even prioritize going back to college and actually developing in certain things, or even getting their degree or whatever it could be. They feel like they already have a forward thinking mind where it's like, okay, I'm not going back. I'm gonna go forward and
you gotta get the money.
Do X, Y, and Z. So it's
he chose to do that though. Yeah, he chose to take a gamble. He's joining the Blackhawks. Blackhawks already said, and he's like, you know what? We're not really in contending mode next year. We might keep him on the roster for one full season. I don't think he'll be there a full season. He might start off in the AHL, but he's not going to be long because this kid's going to be. He's a 6'3", 6'4", huge defenseman.
Okay, so I have a question about that, Frank. So, in your estimation, to your knowledge, where do you see, or when did you see, rather, the Blackhawks being in contention, like in playoff contention mode? What, like, is it
we're gonna say contending playoff mode. I'm gonna give 2025. I'm gonna give him one more year. Like usually, I would have said more 26, 27, but they got their first round draft pick who finished the season last year from 2021. He came in, did extremely well. That was that Frank Nazar scored his first shift of his NHL career, which is awesome. You got this kid now who's going to be there. You got another young first round pick who's going to be joining him next year as well. Like this upcoming year, you're going to see a lot of young kids. But these are the future young kids for the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks knew this was coming, so what did they do? This offseason, they went out and got Stanley Cup champion, long playoff contending players who are still very good in the NHL to help bring these kids along faster.
Yeah, when I saw the acquisition, I'm like, okay, they might be preparing for something sooner than later, right? So obviously we suck.
I think they'll flirt. I think they'll flirt with the playoffs this year.
Okay.
I'm seeing a massive improvement next year. They might sneak into the playoff. I mean, it can be a possibility.
If they do, it's an 8 seed, but
they
I think
well
flirt with
it. But let's not forget, hockey playoffs, the 8th seed is usually 15 games above 500. It's not easy to make the playoffs in hockey, as opposed to basketball with this stupid-ass play-in tournament. You could be 10 games below 500 and still fucking make the playoffs somehow.
Yeah.
So it is very hard to make the playoffs in hockey. And
even to the point that you brought up earlier in the chat about, what Chicago team we see actually winning us a title, sooner than later, right? So honestly, my answer would be Chicago Sky, the Fire, possibly the Blackhawks, but definitely the Bears.
Yeah,
Bulls. All right, I would pick the fucking White Sox before I pick the Bulls. You know how sad that is? Ooh. That's fucking ridiculous, man.
Like that is harsh.
Well, mainly because
what this White Sox team is doing.
Yeah, at least the White Sox won the shit in this fucking millennium.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that.
What the fuck?
But I mean, the Bears still haven't either, though. But at least the Bears got to us.
True, but the Bears, I would like for them to skip the line and fucking be the first ones in a long time to win us a goddamn title.
Yeah, because
it's been the longest for them than it has been for anybody else. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like. Obviously, hopefully optimistic about this upcoming season.
We got a question for you right here, Chicago.
Yeah. All right.
I want to know what Mr. Chicago thinks when the head coach doesn't know how to beat winning teams.
Okay, so are we talking? What sport are we talking?
Are we going Bears here, Jeremy?
Bears. I think he's talking Bears.
Yeah, I would think that's Bears because we all know Donovan can't win shit. So
he can't. Donovan is fucking terrible at adjusting. He's terrible at readjusting. And I mean, it was talked about him being on the hot seat last year, but then I'm like,
he did say he was talking Bears.
Bears. Okay, so I can answer that question.
No, that's a good answer. That's a good question. Yeah.
It is a good question. So we've had the tendency of losing games we were supposed to win
because of
or barely winning games we were supposed to win, and then not adjusting at halftime. Not adjusting at halftime has been one of our biggest fucking fuck ups and failures. Shit, at least I'm gonna go back the last 20 years. We have not done so well in large. Adjusting at halftime, readjusting to the opposite team's adjustments, and then capitalizing on opportunities that we had. I've always brought up the point. The one stat that I always bring up is something that you don't see on the stat sheet. It's how many fucking points we left on that goddamn field. Whether we won or lost, the loss hurts more because it's like when we had opportunities to score points and we fucking didn't, not just field goals, touchdowns. We didn't fucking do that. And so we lost more games than the other team has beaten us. It wasn't us losing. It wasn't a team beating us or winning the game. It was more of us losing the fucking games, more than anything. Now we got our asses kicked a few times here and there, and rightfully so. They were better teams, but there was other teams that we weren't even supposed to even be competing with, and we had opportunities to fucking put them away, and we didn't. So not capitalizing on our opportunities and the readjustments has been the biggest fucking detriment to our success or lack thereof when it comes to the fucking Bears. So I'm saying this on record right now. Flus better not fucking start off this upcoming season like he did last year, or his ass better fucking walk home.
This is, and I want to piggyback on that too, because this is where I think everybody on the panel said that we didn't really want Flus back this year. Mainly because of the exact fucking reason that we're talking about, where you kept Flus 1 year. If he fails, you fire him and you're bringing in another new coach for a second-year quarterback. The exact fucking trend.
You got to work with Williams.
Listen, Frank, listen to me. I want to also say this too. With the personnel / roster / talent that we fucking have, if this shit don't work, I will be on record stating that this is more the damn coaching than it is the goddamn players. Because there's no fucking way you're going to tell me with all this talent that it equals nothing or it equals bare minimum shit. All pun intended. No, that would be on Shane Waldron. That would be on fucking Flus. This shit would fall on them. So,
this is why, though, I think the Bears won't be in a bad position, because I'm saying I say this, but I'm more the fact that I really hope this. Billy Donovan, stay the fuck away from the offense. All right, don't even fucking take a breath. You let Shane Waldron run that fucking offense. That is his job. You can help with the fucking defense. Do we even have a defensive?
Up your sports. You said Billy Donovan stay away from the offense.
Billy Donovan, we're talking about the Bears. So you said Billy Donovan.
My mistake.
Yeah,
everyone knows.
Flus. Yeah. It's all right.
My bad.
We have a defensive coordinator, but he's just going to be assisting Flus while Flus sticks with all the goddamn
like what Lovie Smith did, pretty much. Lovie Smith was more handed.
I'm concerned about that because now you're putting all the power and all the pressure on Shane to do right with his offense, and you're overseeing that. Now, with that in mind, Shane better be leaning on these goddamn veteran fucking talent greats that we have.
He did that in Seattle.
And not on his own fucking merits.
Yeah, he did that in Seattle.
He got talent here. Let them do what they fucking do best. Don't make them do some shit that they not known for doing and they're not successful at doing. Let them do what they do. Watch them work. Shane better be out there Waldron or goddamn it, step aside, because we got too much talent now. It's no fucking excuses now. I need to see. I need to see this offense leading this fucking team more than our defense. Too many years have gone by, Frank and Crook, where this goddamn defense has been leading us time after time after time again. This fucking offense has been abysmal at best, mediocre, bum, shitty as hell, not putting up enough goddamn points to win games that we should have won, knowing that the damn defense did all they could do. It was time for the fucking offense to score points and fucking lead us the rest of the fucking way. And they didn't fucking do that. So that time is over with. This offense better be scoring points. It's going to be games where the offense is going to need to be the ones that win these damn games for us and not the defense. Because there's going to be some teams that we play that's going to be pretty damn good. And our defense is good too, but shit, if we ain't get enough pressure on the quarterback, then we can't look for no goddamn turnovers to occur. So the offense going to have to step it up and pull their fucking weight. In some cases, they're going to have to pull our damn defense.
They have to. With the roster that we have right now, there's no excuse for them not to.
No excuses.
And with the roster that they have, we just got to hope Caleb Williams does not have to be that do-it-all type guy that he had to be at USC.
You don't need him to be.
Just don't need to be that here. You have so much talent around you, from running backs to receivers. Anybody's better than the center that we had. So, our offensive line may not be a massive improvement, but in my opinion, it got better. All right.
So they
got absolutely better.
take advantage of the short yardage situation that the defense gives them. Whenever they give them those type of situations, they need a score.
That is fucking critical, Crook. Like, we can't sit up here and actually be in our fucking territory and get nothing out of this shit. But another fucking 3 and out. Like, or a fucking field goal.
Yes.
I love Santos, but goddamn, I want to keep relying on him.
This is the one thing you got to think of too. And I know everybody laughed at me when I said I like this pick, but you can take more gambles on the offensive side of things now because you got a punter who's gonna put them inside the freaking 2-yard line if you want.
You know what? Because we took him so high, I mean, well, considerably high of the 4th round, but still,
it's high for a punter.
High for a punter. So I'm like, with that being the case, and I see a couple highlights, I'm like, okay, all right. He put this bitch at the 2-yard line. I'm telling you right now, we better fucking lead the league in safeties or some shit, man.
I will say this now. I watched that one game versus Penn State where I believe Iowa won 6-3, if I'm not mistaken, versus Penn State. He put 10 fucking balls inside the 5-yard line. 10 fucking balls. And he not only that, he punted 2 of them over 70 yards. So not only can he put people in him, but he can. Oh, absolutely. You better fucking feed him that shrimp on the barbets or whatever.
He better not get touched not one fucking time. He better be more protected than the goddamn president. That's the bottom line of that. Because now our defense is going to be looking forward to being on the fucking field, knowing where the fuck he planted that damn ball.
Absolutely.
All
right, we're going to start wrapping it up here. Let's get into some shout-outs so we can all get up out of here. So, Chicago, you want to start us off?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys, man, first and foremost. Obviously, we're working the show short-handed, but we definitely, laid it out and definitely got a chance to actually talk to some Chicago sports. So kudos to y'all, man, for putting this together. I'm always honored and privileged to be on the show with you guys, talking Chicago sports with y'all. And definitely appreciate y'all insight and perspective on things. Shout out to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast and the Chicago Clubhouse Network for all the wonderful things we're doing, man. We're talking all Chicago sports, man. To go where we go. God damn it. So I'm intrigued, and I'm gonna shout out the goddamn Chicago sports teams themselves, at least the ones that's actually doing some shit and moving in the right direction. So I'm appreciative of what's to come and what's on the horizon for the Sky, the Fire, the Blackhawks, and the Bears. These are the teams that I'm really going to be paying much more attention to, and definitely looking forward to seeing us be respected around our respected sports leagues and be feared in some cases. Like, hey, they see us on our goddamn schedule. It's like, oh shit, we got to play them. We got to bring our A game. Not know, we got to play them. This is a blowout. No, you gonna fucking respect us now. The shit is coming, and
we want the fear back in Chicago. Man.
Absolutely, man. Listen, sports is nothing when Chicago sports teams ain't thriving, man. Again, y'all can call me biased all the fuck you want.
No, it's true.
To the fullest of my heart, but sports ain't nothing when ain't no goddamn Chicago teams involved in the excitement or the contention of it or just the all around competitiveness of it. So. No, man, shout out to Chicago against the fucking world, man. That's my hashtag. I use it every fucking day. Chicago against the world, man. So kudos to all those teams that's making the right adjustments, making the right moves, and moving in the right direction where we can contend again in all these respective sports. So again, man, kudos to y'all and to the city of Chicago. But make sure y'all motherfuckers boycott this goddamn Bulls team, man. Jerry Reinsdorf need to be losing money. God damn it! I'm sick of this shit, man.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's sad. All right, but I'll hit up next. I'm gonna take JB's role, so I'm gonna try to keep this one sweet to get through that chat because from start to finish, chat was extremely well. Got to give a shout out Jeanette Johnson. She's turned into one of our P1. She never misses one show. JB even freaking tuned in, probably sitting on the beach in Barbados with a fucking pina colada in one hand and a Corona up in that other while probably chugging a Moore's beer out of a beer helmet. So shout out to you, JB, for joining us on here. Miss you. Hope to have you back on soon, man. Other than that, we got Jeremy Bauman tuning in as always, P1 as well. Samuel Blackwell, P1. Got a lot of our P1s join us today. So that's always awesome to see when we get our P1s coming back. Haven't seen too many in the way of newer people, though, today, unfortunately. But Crazy Ace, always got to give a shout-out to you, man, keeping it down up there in Korea in the service. Thank you for your service, my man. And I give one more big shout-out to the podcast mom. Even with JB not on the show, she still was the first one to comment.
Know what, man?
Always love having Sandra on. I was kind of hoping we could have snuck her on today to replace JB's spot. That would have been kind of fun. We got to get you on one day, Miss Sandra. Always love having you on, and always thankful to have you on. That is everything I got, other than a shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Blackhawks, who seem to be going in a good direction. Sky going in a good direction. Bears going in a good direction. White Sox, any Reinsdorf team sucks ass right now. To all my Cubs fans out there, shout out to Easy, who did chime in for one quick second. Give it up, guys. You guys aren't going anywhere this year. Be sellers at the deadline, because we all know a lot of Cubs fans you got to have that hope. They're in last place, but they can still win a World Series. Just give it up. You guys aren't going anywhere either. You guys at least got pieces. Cubs got pieces. They just gotta get rid of some of that dead weight. So other than that, next, give it out to you guys. Go for it. Commish on you.
And Frank, next time I'm on the show, I'll make sure I wear one of my Blackhawks hats, man. So I definitely.
You need one? Let me know. I got like 30.
I have a few. Listen, I got every Chicago hat. I even got Chicago Fire. The only one I don't have right now is a Sky hat. Now,
That's true. I don't have a Sky either. That's probably the only one.
I'm online. I'm trying to order me a goddamn Angel Reese jersey, but I still don't see it on Fanatics being sold yet. So I'm going to come home. I'm up there Labor Day weekend, so hopefully I can hit up some of them Chicago lids spots and I'll find me an Angel Reese jersey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be on your bucket list or your list, Christmas list or something like that, birthday list. I'm not sure what's coming on for you first.
Sit on Santa's lap.
Yeah. My birthday in November, so yeah, that definitely be something on the list, man.
All right. Well, shout out to you guys as well. Thank you all for having me on here. It's always fun chatting it up with y'all. Shout out to I should have done this a long time ago, but shout out to my wife. I mean, she's always a big supporter of mine, always like pushing me to, encouraging me to do stuff like this and get out here and stuff like that and do my own fantasy show. So I appreciate that. Got to give her some love. Shout out to the Blackhawks signing their first round draft picks. Bears, take some notes. Do what these motherfuckers are doing. Sign your picks.
I will say this, though, and we talked about this earlier, football players do ask for a lot more shit.
They do.
And hockey players.
We don't just money, so we don't know the nuances of what.
Yeah, we really don't. And I mean, I'll say this.
I'm not worried about it.
I'll say this too. Our Connor Bedard makes the same amount of money as a practice squad player for the NFL. So, like, I mean, there's a big difference when it comes down to that. Yeah. But still,
I'm not gonna panic that they haven't signed their deal yet. It's a reason for that. There's no reason to sit up here and start causing hysteria right now.
Yeah. But the key thing is you're not hearing Bears players complaining or screaming all over social media about it. I'd be more worried hearing that stuff, so I'm not.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us. Make sure you tune into our other shows throughout the week. We have She Said What She Said on Wednesdays. I think they're on a slight break right now. Yeah. Then we have our Plunked show with Emilio and Kristen as well on Thursdays. I think She Said What She Said was on Wednesdays. And then Easy does it whenever he feels like doing it.
Easy just does it.
Easy
does it whenever it's convenient and stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course my show, the Fantasy Football Show. If you guys are into fantasy football, that's right around the corner here. So tune in on Monday nights and we'll chat it up, talking all kinds of football from all over, not just Bears talk. So.
Yes, sir.
All right. With that said, y'all, be good or be good at it.
Yes, sir. Chicago against the world, baby.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.